Oh, the Sunday morning talk shows. Probably along the way, the word this week, impeached, maybe came up. It certainly has been in the past few weeks. And Stuart Harris is talking about the idea of impeachment in his show, Your Weekly Constitutional. He's a professor of law at the Duncan School of Law, Lincoln Memorial University. They're proud to have him there. And they let him escape every once in a while to come to WETS FM and tape his shows, Your Weekly Constitutional, of which he's the host. You are dealing with the current issues involving the president and calls among Democrats for an impeachment movement. But let's go back. You're really focusing on the gentleman from Greenville.
Yes.
Andrew Johnson.
Andrew Johnson, the first U.S. president ever to be impeached. And remember, impeach is just to be accused of something by the House of Representatives. It's like an indictment.
So important.
Yes.
I think if you asked a lot of people, they would say Andrew Johnson was thrown out of office.
He was not. He was saved from that fate by the U.S. Senate, which tries impeachment charges, and by a single vote, he was left in office and was able to serve out his single term. Now, the guy I spoke to about this wrote the book on this. Literally, it's called Impeached with an exclamation point, and it was singled out by the Wall Street Journal as the best general book for general readership on impeachment in the United States.
Pretty good.
So anybody can understand it. And David is uniquely qualified, perhaps, to write this because he has actually defended a federal judge who got impeached. The federal judge was named Walter Nixon, no relationship to the president. He did some bad stuff, but he refused to resign, and he was literally in prison as a federal judge. And so the House had to impeach him, and then the Senate tried him, and David actually tried the case for him and lost. But he knows all about this, and that's when he got really interested in impeachment, and that's when he decided to write the book on Andrew Johnson.
Very obvious that impeachment can be a political tool.
Sure.
But it's a constitutional function, right? And
Absolutely.
It has a specific purpose
Right.
for federal office holders. What is that?
Well, if anybody can be corrupt, right? And they can commit crimes. High crimes and misdemeanors is what the Constitution actually says. And so the founders put in place a mechanism to say, if we happen to get a president and if he commits these high crimes and misdemeanors, well, then we've got the Congress who's going to check him. And so the House votes for articles of impeachment. Once those are voted on and they pass the House, then it goes to the Senate, which must convict by a 2/3 majority, which is why when you take it to the present day, there's lots of loose talk about impeachment. But quite frankly, I mean, even if the House managed to pass articles of impeachment, even if they had a reason to, the Senate is controlled by Republicans, and you're not going to get 2/3 of them to vote for impeachment unless something really extraordinary comes out of one of these investigations.
And so that's where we are today,
Right.
with Democrats who now are in control of the House
Right.
saying this is something we're going to talk about because
Right.
we're in the majority and we can.
Right.
You look specifically at the tenure of Andrew Johnson.
Yes.
We also have Nixon. We have Bill Clinton.
Yes, we do. Bill
did
Clinton
you
was the
go
second
there?
one. We didn't talk as much about Clinton because David had not been involved in that particular impeachment, and he hadn't written a book about it. I think that'd be a great episode for the
There you
future,
go.
don't you? I think
Yeah.
Bill Clinton is definitely on the agenda. But you're right, Richard Nixon resigned because he was about to be impeached.
Yeah.
So we've had, in some sense, 3 impeachments already.
Well, if you're like me, when you're really honest, you think you might know what impeachment means, but it's a complex constitutional and incredibly important issue for us as Americans to know, and I'm going to listen in and consider myself educated after that fact. How's
Tremendous.
that sound?
Absolutely.
I need a certificate, please. It's WETS 89.5 Sunday at 3. You can catch it. If you're like me and you get like part of it Sunday, you can get the rest of it Tuesday at 8. Your Weekly Constitutional. Stuart Harris, thanks.
Thank you, Josh.